Hi guys, and welcome. Today I'm going to be doing just some watercolor backgrounds, probably with some stamping, I think, hopefully. Amy at Crafty Cat started doing watercolor Wednesdays, and I thought I'd join her. So, and I needed to make a graduation card and a wedding card, so thought this might be a good way to go. So I'm using 3 different papers, so I thought I'd tell you right away. The ones that have the washi tape on them are this lettering. It's 90 pound, and it's cold press. It's probably the smoothest of the 3, but it also rips the easiest, because that's why I'm using washi tape, because I pulled off the blue tape and it ripped it. So I don't know, hopefully that won't happen with these. And then this one on the blue is the Canson watercolor, 140 pound, cold press. And the one that is on the gold, I don't know if you can see the gold back there, is the Bee Inspired watercolor, which is 140 pounds, which I get at Walmart. I used to get the Canson at Walmart, but I get that at Joann Fabrics with a coupon, you know. And it was the third one that I was like, so I'm using these vinyl pieces. Came with my Cricut maker when I bought it, but I don't really do vinyl with it so much. I do U-Pull and make stencils mostly. And these aren't colors I would necessarily use anyway. Let's see, it says premium vinyl. Oh, permanent. Yeah, and it's permanent. So I would use the, I might use like the temporary vinyl for a stencil, but the permanent, I don't know, especially not these colors. So I thought, okay, I needed to tape these down, and I wanted to be able to switch them out to let them dry in between and work on, you know, 3 sets at once. And then by the third one I got smart and, you know, turned it backwards and used the grid. So basically I just placed them, you know, that kind of makes a square on the outside with about 1/2 inch in between each one, so that there's about a 1/4 inch depending on which tape I was using. I'm trying for, but you know, if I have uneven edges I can just trim them down, because it's going to go on top of another piece to make a card anyway. So I can just go ahead and just start making some backgrounds, I guess. Let's see, I've got my water. It's right here. I probably should get a couple more cups. And I've got my core. This is mostly core, I think. I don't know if I ever put any Arteza in here or not, because I do have the Arteza. I know how to open this. Sure I do. Never had a problem opening it in the past. So yeah, the core come in tubes, and I squeeze them in here. I have, apparently, I bought the Arteza ones too, that also come in tubes that I've never done anything with. Then I've got the Winsor Newton ones here, which always want to fall out of their homes. This is the travel one. I was talking to Fifi earlier today, and these are her favorite watercolors. The core are my favorite, but I like a lot of granulation, so. The core come in a box like this, and I have 2 sets in here, and then they have the little tubes, and I like the granulation that you get. Oh, that's why there was, and then I have the 2 covers on the one thing, so when I use it as a palette, I've got the, yeah, this works as a palette, and that way I can keep them in one container, but still have both palettes. And then this is just inexpensive-ish. I think it was 20 bucks on Amazon. These watercolors. I usually use these for backgrounds, and they get pretty messy because I just kind of like spray water on them and play with them. Not sure if I'll use those or not, but they're available. And then I have these pearlescent ones, which, you know, cheap Michaels, somewhat cheap anyway, because, you know, celebrations and stuff. So I thought a little bit of pearlescent might be nice. I want to be able to set it on my desk though, so I'm going to take off the cover. Let's see. Includes tips and techniques. Huh. I'm going to take that off because it's just bugging me. I use these mostly when I would make like mermaid scale backgrounds. They were fun to use for that. But they might be nice just to add a little bit of something. And then I've got my watercolor brushes. I also have this one, which is, I like for like doing just like a wash, I guess. I don't do a lot with watercolors, so if I start doing it once a week, or at least mostly, then that will be good. So, thanks, Amy. I'm going to do some wet on wet. So, I'm going to wet my, because I just want backgrounds right now. Let's see, what color do I want? I want all the colors. Alright, let's go ahead and just spray some down and see what we do. We got a summer wedding, so I guess, and I don't know what the colors are. But he's Air Force, so you know, I can't go wrong with blue, right? Can go wrong with hairs. So I just figure a little wash. Oh, if I do a little some blue on one at least, then it will be see look at the granulation you get with the core. That's why I love those. Just so you know. But that is a much different blue than the Winsor Newton blue. And they dry, what's the word that I want? They dry lighter. You know, they're going to go on dark and then they're going to dry lighter. So, especially the more water you use. Like, I got a lot of water right there. But we got our little nature girl graduating, so I thought maybe some greens. And, let's see, I didn't rinse my brush. Yeah, so there'll be a little bit of brown happening with that violet, but... And then I can set these side to dry, and also taping them down makes it so they're not curling up on you all over the place. And even though the vinyl is really like flimsy, the cards give it a little bit of strength so that I can keep it fairly straight when I move it. So just play with some colors. Just do a bunch of different backgrounds, right? I do like myself some. This is probably, oh, I didn't spray. I do want to do wet on wet. Okay, do that, and then maybe some orange. And maybe, what is this? Burnt or one of the siennas. I can never remember which one is burnt and which one is raw. Especially with the umbers, because the raw is darker than the burnt, so I think. I can't remember. Did I just do this color? Nope. Alright, so I guess with this set we're going a little bit more random, and there we go. Set that to the side to dry. Try to make it straight-ish. Let's see. How about, I wish I knew some, oh, teal, turquoise. I'm just going to go do some lines on these, maybe. Dry on dry. Ooh, that got a little something in it. So, how's everybody doing? Did I say welcome to my channel? This is Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media. Don't even know if I did or not. I think this one's sap green. I'm not sure. Well, it's bright anyway. Maybe it's a green gold. Actually, it might be green gold. Interesting background. Oh, good. More hair. That's just what I needed for some texture in there, right? Let's see. Not really cleaning my colors in between, but there you go. Just kind of mix some colors on the palette there too, huh? What's this color? Another green. Add a little more blue up here. Maybe a lot more blue. We'll see. Like I said, it'll dry lighter. It's okay. It's alright. It's alright. Got some blue-green happening in here. Should we add, oh, clean it first if you're going to add like a opposite color. Because why not? I mean, we can go crazy with our colors, right? Sure we can. Yep, we can. We can do whatever we want. It's our party. That's going to have a little brown happening because they're opposite on the complementary colors. Will turn brown. Anyway, we'll see what those look like when they dry. And I'm going to have to do... Oh, shoot. I got vinyl under these. I'm not going to be able to use a heat gun yet. Let me go grab my... I have a hairdryer I could use, though. Of course, these ones are the ones I actually want to add more color to. And they were the most wet. So I used my paper towel a little bit to get some of that off. And use my heat gun. And, I mean, the vinyl may never be the same, but... Oh well. And I moved one of the other ones, and so some blue got on there. So may end up using some blue on there. Let's see. Let's not leave that in there all day. I think this is a number 10. And since the orange has some blue, I'm thinking of adding a little bit of blue. Don't know how I want to do it. So I still want some of the blue, some of the orange to show too. I don't know. Then I had an idea for one of the other ones. I was thinking circles. This is kind of a big circle, but I can try it. I don't have any other open circles easily. Let's go ahead and mix this purple over here. Maybe add a little violet. And then just kind of do that. Just going on the dry paper with it. And one more. And you can see everything is lighter than how it started. Alright. So that's an idea. Let's see. What about this like pretty yellow? Would be, and that's red. Opposite of red would be green, but we don't want Christmas. Opposite of yellow is, I think, purple. That's what I did on that yellow. Or we could go with a next to it color, right? Like orange. Maybe. A little red orange. Just trying stuff. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Honestly. Just kind of... just want a background, that's all. See, yes, this got very, very thick here. How are we? Oh. Not sure how I was that far off from where I started. Hoping it wasn't like that the whole time, but it probably was. So frustrating. That's why it's good when I have, like, Carrie the Crafters in my head, reminding me things like, check, always check. What is this color? It's kind of a burnt sienna kind of a color. Well, now it's on there. Let's go ahead and add it a little bit more. Not even sure how this tape is gonna add. Yeah, we'll add some of these to that too. Sometimes splattering can add something. Let's get the smaller brush maybe for some splatter. I think I'll add some splatter to the other ones, but I'll do it I'll probably do like oh, I've got my fluid acrylics here, so I'll probably just do that. And some of the purple. Put a little purple in that one. Sure, why not? Well, apparently putting purple in that one too. Alright, and we'll let those sit and think about themselves for a minute. Let's see, these are mostly dry, and I would like to put some, where is it? This is nice fluid, and it's highly pigmented. Where's the white one? That's not, that's the open, thinner open. The open paints come with thinner, open thinner, so you can make them even thinner. So I need something that I can, here, that'll work. Just use a cover that never got put back on the, yep, because that's how we roll. Need a little plastic something, just use a cover. Sometimes if I want to splatter my sprays, I'll just use the cover too. Alright, might need a little bit of water in there. Oops. And I'm probably going to spray the black first anyway. Alright. Sorry, I was touching my cord for my light, which makes it flicker. Which you might not have noticed because there's pretty good sun, pretty decent. Well, it's overcast today. Oh my goodness. See, just to open these, I need to like have the, see, and I'm going to have like black ink on my hands the rest of the day. Huh. Oh well. Or paint. At least it's acrylic paint. It'll come off fairly easy. And it's highly pigmented. Is that what I was saying before? Or was I saying the wrong words before? Which is why I like to use that. Alright. What do I have here that might be nice and thin? Oh, the one in here might be thin enough for this. Or I might want thinner, huh? See, highly pigmented. Just that little bit of black that I just picked up is like now everywhere. Oh my goodness. I'll make sure I don't have... Well, for the black it won't matter as much. I might want to get a smaller brush. We'll see. Oh, look at that. Black. Oh, is there a hole in that? Most of these covers don't have a hole, but apparently that one does. I just want little splatters, not giant. I just want just a little bit. And, yep, find a cover that doesn't have a hole in it. Let's hope that's one. That's crazy. Alright, just a little bit of black splatter. Put that aside to dry. And do a little bit on these. Just a little bit. That's too thick. That's too heavy. It's alright. There, just a little bit. Yep, and now we have all that black mess. The other ones I don't want to add black to till it's dry. And these ones I want to dry before. Oh my goodness. So much wasted paint too. It makes me sad. Is there anything else I want to splatter? While I've got it out. Oh, you know what? I could totally splatter. Where are they? I have a whole... I could do a little splatter on these. I might want to get a smaller brush though. So, it doesn't always work, but if I get it the right thickness, and I use a toothbrush, then I can get just a little bit of splatter, and then I'll just kind of do it in 3 places. You know, for Patricia, I do 3 places. And that just gives it just a little bit of splatter without overwhelming it. Just gives it that little bit of whatnot. Or you could just do it all over. See, this is not very thick. Does not show much, that little bit. Alright, let's try that. But like, I don't want it like necessarily on the bird. See, I did it in 4 places that time. Yeah, 5 ish. And then you have to have a place to like lay them all out where your husband won't touch them and be like, oh, that's wet. Well, you're in an art room. What do you think is wet? walk into someone's studio and start touching stuff and they get upset that you touch something wet. Whoops, got a big glob on that one, but that's all right. I'll do this with the white too, probably. So, but yeah, see, just a few little spots of really thin, really small, won't even show on that one, but barely. But if you're looking at it close up, you might notice. And, you know, it's in the details, right? Word. Can't believe what a mess that made. Golden paint is not cheap. I'm not wasting it. Just saying. That I got a little bit thicker. Kind of did it on purpose. Kind of, sort of. What's this one? Yeah, sure. Just a little bit. Just a little bit here. A little bit there. A little bit there. This one? Yeah. I'm not done with all my layers yet, but might as well. Oops. Don't have a place to put all these, but that's alright. A little bit there. A little bit there. A little bit here and there and everywhere. What's this one? Oh, yeah. This one, I'm just going to put a little bit coming off where there's already some black lines there. And just roll in the middle. Sure, why not? And, oh, if you missed this is not the last layer either, but I'll go ahead and put some on there. Because it's acrylic, so it shouldn't move when I add more layers of stuff. Of course, your thumb gets totally filthy doing this, just so you know. But a little bit of black splatter can just add that little bit of drama, I guess. I mean, it's just the tiniest little bit, but it really does add a little something. Whoops. And you don't want to go overboard with it. Some people like splatter, some people don't. So I don't have it all over. I have it in little patches throughout. In case you weren't clear on that. I think you were, though. A little in the middle. Something's underneath this one. No, that's just... Oh, running out of I ran out of places to put these a while ago, actually. Because you want to make sure it's completely dry before you start. And, you know, you also want to use all the paint. I mean, there we go. A little bit here, a little bit there. Whoops. A little in the middle. Hubby started the laundry. He did ask before he started. Asked if I said, yeah, I'm recording, but I'm not bothered if there's a little laundry happening in the background. I'm not going to complain if somebody else is doing the laundry. I'm good with it. There we go. Just little bits here and there. You don't want to cover it all in black. You just want just a little bit, and you might want to use a splatter box, or maybe you like having splatter all over your desk. Maybe you're like, I want a desk like Darcy's. I doubt it. So good, I used a majority of that paint. Ooh. So now, see, and now my tape, now it's stained. I do have the other side of this is black. I just figured the lighter color was better for recording, and then I would put paper over it, but then even putting the paper over it, it would still totally get covered in paint. So I just gave up. I was just like, I will just live with it with paint on it. Now I'm looking for, I don't know, I just want it to dry a little before I start putting stuff on here again. Is this the one that I had? Yep, that's the black one. I had another. Okay, one of these is really small, a little bit, or small enough. Of course, the water's not clean anymore. All right, let's start with the ones I'm working on before I start Now I don't want it to look like it's snowing. I just want a little bit here and there. I don't want to overdo it. Alright, and just a little bit. Little bits. Don't want it to look like it's snowing. Just want a little bit of splatter. And then I'll do that with these and I'll be back. Oh, you don't want that much splatter. If you get it fast enough. There we go. Whew. That was a close one, wasn't it? Basically, if you get it fast enough, I'm just kind of, where these are all laying out over here, I'm just kind of might be able to put that white back in the, it was a clean thing, right? But this one definitely needs some white. I was going to pause, wasn't I? Was going to pause. We don't want to, I don't want to put any white under him because I don't want it to look like he's pooping. Because I'm weird like that. Just a tiny bit. You don't want to go overboard. Just, see, just little splatters. Little splatters. Here or there. And then I know some people use their hand and hit it on their hand. You don't have to hurt yourself. You could just use another paintbrush. If you need to do that to get it to do the little splatters that you like, you don't have to hurt yourself. You could just use another paintbrush or toothbrush. It doesn't matter. So yeah, if you just want tiny, do lightly. I'm doing it very lightly, and they're a little bit bigger because I got more on the brush right now. As I don't want to put them on top of each other because then the white gets smushed. See, the less that's on there, the smaller the smaller the dots. So remember that, so that say you just put some on and you're like, well, I want heavy ones on this one and light ones on the other ones, and I'm going to do this one first. Kind of looks like it's snowing because it's got a little heavy-handed there, but you know, do a little bit up here, a little bit down there. That's it. You don't have to do the whole thing. All right, I'm done with my lesson on splatter. This is supposed to be a watercolor one, right? Just a little splatter here and there. Doesn't even have to be all over. All right. Let's see. I'm working on watercolor, right? Let's get back to that. Where are they? Right here. All right. I might need to dry these a little bit anyway. Be right back. Okay, for these, I want to use larger stamps, just personally. This one kind of looks like grass and a river and then hills and the sky, which is kind of cool. So I definitely want to use a nature one on there. I've got these 10 volts ones, and I think that maybe one of the butterflies might be a little small, actually. Let's see. That might be fun on there. That might be fun on there, or vice versa. Now on these, see, that doesn't feel quite, see, weird that it felt really small on here, which it didn't have to, but on here it feels okay. Maybe it's the lines, I don't know. And then this one, I probably want something going more that direction. Let's try the butterfly. So, like, maybe have the butterfly be mostly on there. What does this thing say? Discovering it's the one thing that life will constantly ask of you. Ooh, that's kind of fun for a graduation card, isn't it? But I would lose a lot of the butterfly to be able to put that on. I could put that on the inside. Alright. Alright, and I'm going to use Stays On. And if I were smart, I would use my platform. But I kind of want to do these while it's still taped, so it doesn't get on the non-taped part. Does that make sense? there's that. All right, and I don't like things right in the middle. So I'm going to actually put this to the side a little bit. And just make sure that I press on all of it. Oops, it moved a little bit. So, come up, come up, come up. Yeah, I got quite a bit of mess up happen there. Where did my thing of pens go? I pulled it out apparently at some point to look for a pen, and now the whole jar is gone. What's up with that? Just 0.05. Just kind of want to, okay, that's covered, good. I want to highlight the flower, and also, where's the stamp? Okay, I was gonna say, I threw it somewhere, right? Alright. Just want to make sure people can see the flower. So I just want to kind of like get some lines where we've lost some lines. Like these in here, I guess, are supposed to be all weird and blurry, but I actually wish they were pretty clear, because you've got the letters in there too, which you're like, okay, which is letters and which is leaves, So I'm not loving that aspect of that stamp, but that's okay. It's, still a good stamp. Alright, butterfly on this one. And I like that the Timber Brown stays on. I'm using stays on because I know that I'll get a nice good itch, or I should anyway. Oh, that's what I'm missing. I'm missing something underneath. Let me just grab some, well, I used to have a bigger book down here. Where is it? It's just some book pages will help, even just to give it a little bit more. I'm going to come off the page just a little bit, not let it move this time when I'm doing this, and just pressing it with purpose. Get the edges, everything. Not bad, not bad, not bad. I'm going to see if using this will make it any better. Take that chance. Let's see, do I want to go, maybe I want to go this way for this one. Where's the dragonfly? In which case, the dragonfly. The only thing is these are really dark, so I can't always tell if it's, you can kind of see. Alright, come down here. Make sure that I'm on the book page. I don't like to do things perfectly in the middle. Kind of do the 2/3, so we got like a third here, and he's covering up 2/3 of it. I mean, he's in the middle this way, but he's 2/3 over. I mean, he's only taking up 2/3 of this side. Does that make sense? Not bad. I mean, this is an imperfectly perfect one, so, but I think he came out good. All right, what are we doing on this one? I'm just going to do one of the butterflies. That one does feel too short. I think that one will be all right. Also, oh, actually, I want to make sure I do a compass on a couple, so that, because I think that's what I want to put on the, well, either any of them that would, whether it's the wedding card or the, because he's Air Force too, or graduation, because, you're talking about direction, both you're headed in a good direction, kind of a deal, right? Right. I say yes. It makes sense. All right. North, west, east. We want the north to show at the very least. Ooh, that came out really good. Okay. And then I have more dragonflies somewhere. Where are my dragonflies? Good question. They should be in here with the insects. They are. I have a smaller dragonfly. Well, smaller. Well, it's about the same size as that one, actually. But yeah, that might be the good size. Okay. Let's see. This one doesn't stick anymore because it needs to be cleaned, and I don't really want to clean it, so it's just gonna go. Get glued on there. Ink. I like both dragonflies. They both have their merits. Don't mind if it touches. Okay. Make sure to get that on there good, and I hope the book it comes off the book page a little bit. Hold on, there we go. Yay! Okay. So we've got pictures on those. Now for these, I've been thinking a big leaf on one of these because we've got these, and this is a nice big for the green one maybe. Before I do the green one, I might go ahead and do a dragonfly on the pink one. I have black stays on too. See, the timber brown almost looks black without being quite as stark, I think is why I like it. If I were to get a re-inker for stays on, it would probably be for that. Uh-oh. Yeah, good. Press with purpose. There we go. Whew. Love when I can get nice good stamp offs here. Makes me happy. Alright, then we got this green leafy bit. Because I can't say that I'm the best drawer in the world. Maybe I'll do one or two of these, draw something. But, yeah, it's not really. Alright. Not going in the middle with this one either. That's nice. And oh, I do have, no, I have a ship. I don't have a plane, unfortunately. Oh, let's do another directional kind of a deal. See, this one might work for them because it's got west on there and they're going west. Their orders are for Kansas, so definitely west of here. What else? I've got smaller butterflies. Let's see, do 2 butterflies. That's a little big, right? Well, maybe this one. Do one here, one, because they're flying off together. Yeah, I'm weird like that. Just think about how butterflies and marriage are, I don't know. Flying off together to go west, young man. Do 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 do. Go west, young man. Stephen Curtis Chapman. I'm not singing it right, so if you want to hear it sung right, you can go listen to that. The Great Adventure. No, Go West Young Man is Michael W. Smith. The other one is The Great Adventure. See, that might be pretty. That might be nice for the wedding one, with the 2 butterflies heading west. I know I overthink things. Don't worry, I'm aware. You don't have to worry about me. All right, did we do this one? No, we haven't. Go ahead and do this one and use the plate. Use the acrylic block. Maybe get it somewhat. Line my petal up with the bottom here, maybe. I want my words straight. That's what I want, straight. What I care about most. Especially with the nature ones, I like the timber brown because it's just, you know, less dark. All right. Let's see how we can do this one. I'm going to do it where there's more black at the bottom because darker colors kind of ground it a little bit. I'm going to come to the right just a little bit. The words will go off the page just a little bit, and that's okay. It moved, but hopefully it only moved up and then back down and didn't slide. Good. Don't like what happens here. I'd almost rather just do 2 different stamps. And it came crooked. I can cut it to fix it, to make it look more straight. That's not that big of a deal. It feels like it's a big deal. Are these mostly dry? Well, whoops, there might be a couple places that are not dry. All right, let's see what we can do with these. That might be nice, and I can put a word down there. I don't need the biggest. I can do this one. Maybe get it straight this time, because that's going to annoy me if it's not straight. I don't know. What do you guys think? I know I've done the watercolor with the stamping before, but I mean, the backgrounds were a little bit different. I'm going to go upside down on this one because I'm just trying to get my words straight. So I'm trying to kind of spotty up there, which makes it harder to see. All right, let's see. Are we going to give that one another chance? Probably not. One of these is going to want some asemic writing, do we think? Maybe one of these purple ones. One of the gold, orange, and then we could just do like a butterfly with that, maybe. Here's one of the bigger. There we go. He's a good size. This is the one I want. Pressing with purpose. Oh, I tipped over my white. Pressing with purpose. Of course, you could do die cuts on these. Whatever. Oh, I said I might do a couple with some doodling kind of a deal. Whoops. If I could find my pens, totally would. Oh, goodness gracious. I have to move the microphone to get to the pens. Sorry. Sorry if this is making unpleasant sounds. That's a 1.0. That one's going to be really thick, which is probably good. Not doing doodling as much as, you know. Just do a whatchamacallit. And then maybe do a border. We're doing it a messy border. Just kind of add a little bit of something on the edge. And then what about this one? Go this way. I don't know. It's just kind of messy. What'll bring it together and make it less messy? Anything? Oh, where's the alphabet ones? By alphabet, I mean, you know, the Tim. Had them a minute ago. Oh, these. Ooh, or these. I guess these. Ooh, I want to make. I keep thinking I want to make the decorative tape like Gail makes, and I want to do that pretty soon. I need to use these more. You're gonna have them, lady. Use them. Just kind of, see, I don't have to press with purpose for that one because it's just a background one. And then what I might do is stamp on something else and color it and then glue it on top of that. That way this is in the background and whatever the focal point is can be focaled. Can be more focaled. Like that, I'd have to go that way. Should use him on something. That's alright. Ooh. He might be kind of fun just because, you know, focus on your future kind of a deal. But I'd want to do him on, he's a camera, in case you're wondering why I said focus on your future. But I would want to, where is, oh crap. Sorry, I didn't mean to say crap, but the guillotine opened and I was like afraid. Once I was afraid, I was petrified. I mean, for goodness sake, it's a... Alright, let's try it on here. This time I'll use the black. Yeah, I'll use the black. And then I will, like, maybe use some ink tints to color in him in a little bit. And, for some watercolors. Does not feel like this. Is it just me, or does it seem like there's no ink getting on there? There must be, though. This look cleaner here. This is just sketch paper. It'll be easy to cut. He's so cute. Alright, let's see. I was thinking, what was I thinking? Well, let's see, we need some gray. How black will that black be? Should we be afraid? Very afraid? Want something not too thick. Because I've got the black, yeah, it's all too black. I need it. That's better. I just want to kind of gray this out a little bit. And then I might go on some of it with some silver or gold where the metallic would be. And so, oh, we're just gonna let the paint do what it wants, apparently. Okay, what color is the house mouse? Is he brown? He's probably gonna be brown. Alright, I'll go over some of this with some metallics where I think there might be metal. And this will dry lighter too, right? Right. So they say. And then a little brown house mouse. A little less brown. That part of the camera? Yes, of course it is. I want it really light on his face though. And you'll see that's going into him. That's alright. And cheese. Cheese, it's good. I'm just grabbing that. Yeah, I don't know why I'm using that. I'm using an envelope. Okay, we got dirty cheddar. Okay. And I have some dirty cheddar. No worries. A little dirty cheddar. And if you watched my last video, you heard me mention dirty cheddar versus, I don't know, Carrie does the, I call it pristine. Somebody else called it, well, anyways. They're two different. So I'm going to let that dry, and then I'll cut it out and see how he looks on here. Hopefully he looks good. The hope is. All right, I'm going to peel everything off, and I'll be back. Because we're already getting pretty long here. Okay, so when you're taking your tape off, you want to make sure that you're coming away from the card. I am still getting some tearing on this one. This one is that V paper. I had the least amount of tearing on the Canson paper, which is the blue one. And then I was getting more tearing on the first ones because, you know, I was just pulling this straight up. So on these ones, I've just had to kind of pull up one side and then pull up the other side. So I'm pulling away. See, I still got a little bit of tear on that corner and a little there. But I think that's partly the paper and partly the tape. Now, the next time I use the tape, I should have less tearing because it won't be as strong because it's already been used once. I'm just saving my mats and my tape for the next time I do something like this, which might be next Wednesday. So the thing is, if I tear this direction, then it's more likely to get a piece of the paper from the edge and tear, which is kind of what happens here. And then so I got a little on the edge that tore, but not too horribly bad. So there's a trick for the tape. Pull away from the card and save your tape. Yeah, I have no interest in using these vinyl pieces on my Cricut or for lettering or whatnot. I'm not in love with them. So they are perfect for this. They will be my new watercolor buddies, basically. All right, so now I've got 4, 8, 12, right? 12 pieces that can go on a card. So let's go ahead and there's that one, and I'll probably put a word. I'll probably put a word on another piece of cardstock or watercolor paper and stamp it on there or print it on there, whatever, and put it, and I might even pop it up with some pop dots, who knows. This one's fun. It's very simple. Like maybe a word down here or a quote of some sort would be good there. This one might be good with a quote down here. And this one. And this one, I could even hand letter a quote on there if I got really brave. This one, which may or may not end up being, I think I'm between this one and the dragonfly. But the dragonfly only has one, so yeah, the butterflies, there's two, right? And this one just had the release, but you see how crooked it is? Not a problem. I will just trim it around the edges and it'll look more straight. And I still need to finish this one, put my little mouse on there. Then there's this one. And I did add little bits to the middle. I'll probably add something else to that too. And this one. So like a word down here, like congratulations or something like that. Could work down there. And so, yep, there they are. That is my Watercolor Wednesday for today. So thanks to Amy for starting Watercolor Wednesday. I do like to play with watercolors, and I sometimes just forget about them. So I hope you all have a delightful day. Love you.